Hello, it's me again, Nancy Jones here on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. I usually go for a walk and talk to you guys, but today I realized that I had not been going on YouTube, so I'm sitting down to do Facebook and YouTube Live. Maybe next time I can just go back and forth with the phones when I'm walking. But that's going to take a lot of coordination. Today I want to ask a question, and that question is, what happened? What happened? What happened to the thing that you said you wanted to do? What happened to that dream that you said that was burning deep down inside of you? And I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. What happened? A lot of you know people. First of all, this is something that's really near and dear to my heart. I like to see people productive. And when people talk about doing something and then they don't do it, it always burns me. It always concerns me. It just frustrates me. And so I started to look deeper into why it frustrated me. And I came up with some answers. But what I want to ask you is what happened? Y'all know people who have talked about things that they wanted to do. It may be you. There's something you want to do. There's a dream that you have. But for some reason, you can't seem to get from this place to that place. There are a lot of people experiencing this. So I want to break down some reasons why you may not be making things happen. I'm asking what happened? It ain't happening. You're not able to make it happen. There could be some reasons why. So let's talk about it. Why do people not achieve their goals? Why do they set goals? Why do they have dreams and then they don't achieve their dreams? One reason that I didn't realize before is sometimes people are just comfortable with dreaming. I've met people that I've been frustrated with in the past that have these great ideas and things that they want to do, and they talk about it. They get attention for talking about it. They love to talk about it. Next thing you know, they don't do anything. They just talk about it. And I would get frustrated, and I used to try to help them do it. And I realized that I was burning all of my energy. They weren't using any of their energy, and they were just fine just talking about it. Some people are just dreamers, not just dreamers, but pipe dreamers, which means, hey, I don't even have to get close to achieving this dream. Just talking about it as an idea is enough for me. I like the way it feels to talk about it, but I really have no intention of pursuing this dream. So if you are a helper, if you're someone who has helpitis, please learn how to identify people who just want to dream. They don't want to do it, because what you will do if you're a helper, you will take on the burden of trying to accomplish that dream for that person or trying to help them, and you will look and you'll be the only one holding the plow. My husband had to help me with this because I had a big case of helpitis, and people would call me, especially like throughout my 20s and my 30s. People would always call me with ideas that they had and wanted me to help them with it. And what it turned out was they didn't want me to help them with it. They wanted me to do it. They wanted to have an idea, give it to me to do it, and then once it's done, take it and get all the credit and say, thank you, Natalie, for helping me. Not just helping me for free. Thank God for deliverance. I have been delivered from that. My husband actually told me one time there was a gentleman that called and said he wanted to do boys mentoring program, and he knew I had a girls mentoring program. And I went into action immediately. I started working. I said, oh, this is great. I can help you do this. I can help you do that. My husband said, stop. He said, why don't you tell him to do one thing first? Tell him to write up just a mission statement, write up like a one pager of what he wants it to be. And once he does that, then you can start helping him. And I said, okay. And I asked the guy, I said, write up a mission statement, send it to me. And then once I have that, I can start helping you. Do you think he wrote that mission statement? No. That would have probably taken him 15 minutes to do, but he didn't want to do that. He took a whole 30 minutes explaining to me how he wanted to do this boys mentoring program and how he wanted me to help him because I had a girls mentoring program, and he wasn't even willing to do a mission, like a one-page mission statement about what it is he wanted to do. I never heard from him about that again Thank God for people in your life that can see things that you can't see. They can see when people are using you. Another time, I was sitting in a group of women and we were talking about things we wanted to do. And one lady was talking about starting a clothing line for women who are tall. I'm 5'11", wear a size 11 shoe. I'm a big woman. And we have issues when it comes to finding clothes that look good on us, that fit correctly, that hit in the right spots. And we all were sharing that. Everybody at the table was tall. And we're talking about something we could do about it. So this one woman, she had all these ideas. Oh, we should do this, do that, da 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 da. I said, okay, well, this is what we do. And I started quarterbacking. You do this, I'll do this. And when I started sharing that, she said, well, no, I didn't want to do it. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't want to do it? She said, no, I thought you were going to do it. And I was confused. I was like, so you had an idea and you thought that I was going to do your idea for you? Like, where did that come from? Some people, they just want to dream. They don't want to do anything. So you need to be able to identify those people. That's one reason people don't accomplish their goals and their dreams. And that's one reason there's nothing happening. What's another reason? Sometimes people are afraid. You might be afraid. There might be a dream that you have and you've had it for years and you're not pursuing it because you're afraid you're going to fail. What if I try and it doesn't work? I'm going to look like an idiot in front of everybody. Sometimes it's not even about what other people think. You just can't take another failure. You just can't take another disappointment. Fear. Sometimes we believe it's not going to work. And here's the thing. Whether you believe you're going to make it or you believe that you're not going to make it, you are right. You make the decision if something is going to work or not. It's either working on you or it's working for you. Either way it goes, any type of action towards a goal or a dream is a benefit to you. You're going to learn from it. You may have to tweak it, adjust it, or you're going to accomplish it. Either way, it's a win-win situation. You will not lose. So no need to be afraid. All right, so some people just want to dream just for the sake of dreaming. Some people are afraid. What else? Some people just lack the knowledge. Sometimes I want to pursue my dream, but I just don't know how to do it. Now, this one is a tricky one because we are not in the era of encyclopedias anymore. If you want to know how to do anything, you can figure out how to do it. Okay. If you don't know, look it up on the internet, go find a book, find a mentor. So this one, I don't really know about this tab so much. I feel like if you don't know how to do something, there's something that you can do so that you will know. Your knowledge is your responsibility. You cannot use the excuse of I just didn't know. If you don't know, go figure it out. Go find out. That leads me to my next point. Some people do not have anything happening because they are lazy. If you don't know how to do something, and we live in the era of information where any knowledge for any topic is at your fingertips with this internet. And you don't go and start researching and trying to figure out and learn how to do what you need to do. You're just lazy. Look yourself in the mirror. Be honest with yourself and say, hey, I could have learned how to do this a long time ago. If you really want to do something, if you really want to learn or know something, there's no excuse. You can figure it out. I remember having a conversation with somebody who I thought was really selfish. And I asked this person to do something and it wasn't done. But he said he was going to do it, but it wasn't done. And then he turned around and did something for him like that real quick. And when I said, well, why didn't you do what I asked you to do? This is us working together. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you do that? This is our job. His response was, I didn't know how to do it. But when it was something he wanted to do, he figured out how to do it. People do what they really, really want to do. If you want to know how to do something, you will figure it out. So some people just like to dream. Some people are afraid. Some people don't know how to do it, which means that they haven't looked up and tried to put forth the effort, which means they might be lazy. Okay. Some people lack discipline. In order to achieve any goal, you have to have a significant amount of discipline, especially when there's so many distractions and so many other things you can do with your time. Everybody gets the same 24 hours a day, okay? The homeless man that you see on the street, he gets 24 hours a day. You get 24 hours a day. Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry got 24 hours a day. What you do with your 24 hours is your responsibility. If you choose to be on the phone talking about people for 3 hours a day, if you choose to watch TV all day, if you choose to just chill or waste time, that's on you. But nobody is getting more time than you. You have the same amount of time as everybody else. It's time to look ourselves in the mirror and hold ourselves accountable for not accomplishing the goals that we set out to accomplish. If you set a goal for yourself, if there's a dream that you have and you've had it for over 5 years and you haven't done anything to achieve this goal, decide if it needs to stay on your list. If you're not going to do it, just take it off your plate. Don't talk about it anymore, because it's a frustration to people around you who want to see you prosper, who want to see you succeed when you continue to talk about things, but you're not doing anything. It's very, very frustrating for the people who love you and who care about you. So if you're afraid, do it anyway. If you lack knowledge about whatever it is you're trying to do, go and find the knowledge. Do your research. If you're just a dreamer and you like talking about stuff but not doing it, talk to yourself. Because when you talk to other people about a dream that you have, it sets an expectation in them to see you produce something in regards to that dream. And when you don't, it's kind of like, why are you still talking about that? You know you're not going to do nothing. Okay, and finally, if you lazy and don't have any discipline, it's time to whip yourself into shape. There's a lady named, what is her name? Mel Robbins, I think. She has a book called The 5-Second Rule. I love Mel Robbins. And she talks about the power of inertia. Inertia is people are going anything, not just people. Things tend to want to keep doing what they're already doing. If you're sitting, you want to keep sitting. If you're standing, you want to keep standing. And it takes a certain amount of energy to change what you're doing. And so people who are lazy have to, at times, exert some extra force that push them out of their comfort zone. So with the 5-second rule, it goes like this. If there's something difficult that you have to do and you don't feel like you have the guts to do it, or you don't feel like you have the energy to do it, or whatever, thank you. Treat yourself like a rocket ship. Count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you jump. You just do it. Either you start doing something or you stop doing something. You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't count from 1 to 5 because you could just keep counting. But if you count from 5 to 1 and you treat that like a blast off, when you get to 1, it's time to shift without thinking. Sometimes we get so caught up in our thoughts that we can think our way out of moving. Success is a living, breathing, moving thing. If you want to be successful in any area, you have to be moving. So if you're sitting in front of the TV and you locked in on this show and you know that you should be working on that book, or you should be writing that speech, or whatever it is that you're being distracted from, as soon as you have the thought in your head, like, oh no, I should be doing that, grab that thought and count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the TV off. Stand up. Do something to shift you into a different movement, a different direction. You just got to do it. Count down and move. Because if you just keep sitting there and thinking about, well, maybe I can do it now, maybe I can do it later, you won't move. Okay, you guys, God gives us dreams for a reason. It's not just for us to talk about them and think about them and talk to other people about them, but never really do anything. We're supposed to be pursuing the dreams that He gave us. I hope that this gave you some insight into how you can pursue your dreams and how you can accomplish them. Next time we talk, I'm going to go into time management, because that's another issue that people have. Because of the different distractions, it can be really challenging to organize your time in a fashion to get things done. I may invite my friend Chiquita on to talk about it, because she's a very, very good time manager and she has a lot of boundaries. In order to manage your time, You have to set boundaries because everybody around you wants some of your time, not just people, but situations. Sometimes something will happen and you'll be delayed because your car broke down or because your computer wouldn't work or you can't find a pen. It's always something trying to eat away at your time, and you only get 24 hours a day. You're not going to get an extra hour in the day just because you messed up the 24 you had. What's going to happen is you're going to take 2-3 hours from the next day, and now you're in the cycle. You're going downhill. I've been there. I mismanaged the whole day, ended up having to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning to do something that I should have done in the first 24. Now I've taken 4 hours away from my next 24 hours, and I have to try to squeeze work into what? 20 hours now, when I should have had 24. Whatever you don't have done that day, chalk it up, because the next day you get another 24 hours, and you don't want to eat away at that day. We'll get into that some other time because that's a really important skill to learn. I hope that this video was beneficial to you. I hope it inspired you to take action on whatever dreams and goals that you have and stop making excuses, because there's no time like the present. And you have a whole 24 hours to get something done, to take some step towards your goal or dream. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.